Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, you wonderful degenerates all over. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 1 of Monster Mates.
Oh my god, Season 4, let's go!
Now, Spencer, I need you to choose a number between 1 and 90.
1 and 90.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick number...
If we're gonna follow
All
tradition.
the numbers have been reset for everybody interested. All from 1 to 90 has been completely reset.
Yep, and...
And?
Because you Spotify listeners, I have been reading all of your comments, and you too, you YouTube commenters, I have been seeing what you've been posting as well, and we've agreed as a community to let aliens into the mix should they fit the criteria.
Some of them scare me.
Some of them, he saw one.
I saw one and I went, oh no.
So choose, Spencer, one between 90.
Alright, I'm gonna pick number 54.
54, that's not the number I was expecting.
I wasn't gonna go for 69, that'd be too easy. That was too easy,
Well,
right?
so we are already got an alien one here.
Okay.
Number 54 is the Ewoks from...
Oh, I am so sad. I am so mad.
The Ewoks from Star Wars.
Reset.
So before we even... before we read up on Ewoks,
yeah,
what are we gonna rate them on appearance alone?
That's 0! Is there like a fan art or someone like
let's...
Because they are... That's like going to Build-A-Bear Workshop and fucking it.
Let me see if there's any... For those at home, I am currently looking at the Star Wars fandom for the information on this.
No.
Let's see if I can find any good... Can I find any from any of the animes? I'm sure I can somewhere. I think there was an animated one. I saw it for like a second, or maybe not.
So, while he's trying to find that, I will just talk about my... I've not mentioned it on this podcast, or any recordings, but I don't like Star Wars. I don't like... I've not been a fan of Star Wars. There are certain movies that I like of Star Wars, like Rogue One.
Yeah.
Rogue One was awesome.
Yeah, Rogue One was pretty neato.
But if we straight up were talking about Ewoks, this might be the best we get. This is...
So for the audience at home, I have typed in Ewoks anime. Just to give Spencer a better, less realistic, sort of, as it were, sort of, artistic depiction. Are we still good? But continue, Spencer.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. That being said, I am aware that some of the races are pretty hot in Star Wars, and I can understand this. But Ewoks are definitely not one of them. You are grabbing a local Build-A-Bear Workshop teddy bear and sticking your dick in it where the stuffing should be.
Goodness.
Your cum is the stuffing at this point.
Also, don't worry, future listeners, Twi'leks are on this list.
I don't know what that is.
It's one of the hot ones, don't worry.
Is that the blue one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But for me personally, for an Ewok...
Oh, no.
I'm gonna say this is... I'm gonna say a 4. I'm gonna say 4.
That is so much more than I thought.
What do you mean that's so much more than you thought?
What, would you expect me to say that's so much less?
Yes.
What?
Considering some of the things we've already rated on this before,
that's true, but at the same time, these things are a nightmare.
Yes, this is also correct. All right, so I'll read us in. Ewoks are a diminutive, primitive species of furry bipeds native to the forest moon of Endor. They were most notable for helping the Rebel Alliance defeat the forces of the Galactic Empire at the Battle of Endor, allowing the shield generator there to be destroyed and in turn the DS-2 Death Star 2 mobile battle station. Ewoks were individuals that stood about 1 meter tall. They used spears, slings, and knives as weapons. They also used hang gliders as vehicles. Although skilled in forest, survival, and the construction of primitive technology, The Ewoks had yet to progress past Stone Age level technology when discovered by the Empire. They were quick learners, however, when exposed to advanced technology with simple mechanical processes and concepts. Under the biology and appearance thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just biology and appearance should be an extra note. Ewoks were sentient humanoids averaging about 1 meter in height. Omnivorous, they were covered in fur from head to toe with brown and black as the most common colors. Most Ewoks had solid colored fur, though a few spotted stripes. Ewoks had large, bright eyes, small humanoid noses, and hands that possessed 2 fingers and an opposable thumb. That's interesting, actually. Despite their size, Ewoks were physically strong enough to overpower combat-trained humans. So, I believe we now go over the positives and the negatives.
If a little shit Ewok ever picked me up and just threw me like a rag doll,
Yeah.
I'm gonna unalive myself. I would just be so defeated as a person. I'd be like, nope, I'm leaving.
Look,
I'm out of here. I don't want to be here.
All I'm hearing is small dumb. All I'm hearing is small dominant girls, alright? That's all I'm hearing right now.
What is the sound they make? Don't they make that like...
Hold
like
on.
little shit sounds.
Yes, they do make, it's not like the Jawas, which are also on this list. That go, they too-hee sound. That's not them.
That's not them.
No, that's the Jawas. We'll get there.
I don't know what they sound like, because I would just be imagining it's literally fucking a squeaky toy. It's fucking a teddy bear that has like a thing inside. You squeeze it and it goes. That's what fucking this thing is.
All right, I may have to cut this out of the final thing due to copyright reasons, but I'm going to show Spencer what Ewoks sound like.
Oh no! No!
All right, Spencer. After hearing that, what? Any better? Any worse for you?
I think it's worse. I think it's fucking worse.
Would it be better if they spoke Common or English?
No, actually. These things shouldn't make sound. They should be mute.
But anyways, 1 meter, that's about roughly 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely small dumb category. So, let's hear it. Let's hear the negatives for you. I'll be the quote unquote good cop here, and you can be the one everyone else is going to listen to. So,
yes, because my words of wisdom.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Anyways, describe the negatives that you're feeling right now for the audience.
I don't have enough fingers.
Well, yeah, but start with the most obvious ones in your head.
All right, they're ugly as sin. like they are. Oh my god, they are ugly as absolute sin. Their eyes are all black. The anime is not representation. Look at that. They're like.
I think this would be way more akin to what they would look like in an animated form, but nonetheless.
Well, okay, they sound feral. They sound like the concept of dick doesn't mean anything to them, and they'll bite it off. These things are gremlins, but they're strong gremlins. They will break your dick off.
Oh my god!
If you try anything, it is literally fucking a 3-foot Build-A-Bear workshop toy.
Oh my goodness!
And you are putting the thing inside of them that makes the sound going. Rah, 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 rah. Plus, they're dirty too.
Oh.
They live in the forest, man.
I mean, yeah, but they have tree houses and stuff. They're getting better at more modern technology. Modern for us, anyways, not modern for the Star Wars universe at large.
They helped take down the Empire with sticks and rocks.
Yeah, true. So what does that say about them, really?
I don't want them to deal my dick with like a stick.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so some of the positives I'm seeing here. personally. It's like, we obviously went over the Smalldom, which, I mean, Smalldom I like in certain points. When I'm really into it, I can get into Smalldom, but by and large, I've seen way too much Smalldom for, like, goblins and stuff to know that there's gonna be quite a bit of people that are into that.
Like, Smalldom is good and all.
Uh-huh.
And it can work, but for the most part, whenever I've read a Smalldom thing, I've never been a super big fan of it. Because I've seen one where it's like Smalldom and then goes reversed.
Oh, yeah, domination loss.
Domination loss.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a fan of that than I am Smalldom.
I mean, considering, again, they are about 3 feet, 1 meter in height. So that is certainly a possibility. You could 100% cause a domination reversal on them, for sure. Let's see. What I'm thinking as well is that, I mean, on the thing it says they have 3 fingers and an opposable? No, 2 fingers and an opposable thumb. 3 fingers in total. So, what I'm thinking here...
They aren't gonna hand you. They're gonna arm you.
I mean, that's fine. Anyways, what I'm saying is that probably their finger size, in comparison to a human's fingers, their fingers are probably smaller. So what I'm thinking is that you could give a female Ewok like the fingering of a lifetime. Considering that I'm sure even 2 fingers would be larger than all of their fingers combined. But that's, again, that is where my brain is going.
My brain just went to a Muppet. You're gonna be talking out their mouth with your hand like...
Oh. Also...
just ragdolling on your hand. And you can picture it too.
Yeah, I can, unfortunately. And I'm trying my best not to see it, but unfortunately I can't.
Just the light was like...
But nonetheless... I would say most sized dicks would be feeling very good for Ewoks. Probably if you're a little too big, it would just go beyond pleasure and just immediately into pain.
Let me just elaborate specifically when I was like, they're dirty. Is that because of how much fucking fur there are? You've seen like animals that have they're in like a normal animal and it's like in the fur, and then someone touches them and just dirt and grime and shit just come out.
That's what bathtubs are for.
They don't believe in that.
Are you sure?
Do you believe these creatures believe in water and hygiene and bathing themselves?
Considering
Hold up the picture. Look at that. They don't brush.
No, look at this other screenshot. Look at this other screenshot as well. They clearly know at least something about hygiene in some way. But nonetheless, I am also saying, considering they're being introduced to more modern technology, I'm certain that proper hygiene wouldn't be that difficult of a thing for them. Even if it's just you having to yeet them in the shower for like an hour or something, I'm sure it will be fine. Once you give them a bath. Yeah.
Like the size comparison on these things.
Yes.
Is...
yeah, about 3 feet tall, roughly.
I can't ever imagine this.
You can't?
No.
Oh my goodness.
This is getting a teddy bear that you got from somewhere, getting your Tensen on a hole, shoving it into the teddy bear, and putting a little squeaker inside that goes... oh my goodness. And that's what this thing is!
It's your own DIY sex doll. Just a very, very shitty DIY sex doll.
And if anyone asks you what the fuck that is, and you're like, it's my Ewok own-a-hole. They will never talk to you again.
Oh.
You could probably sell at cons though.
You really could, especially at
Star Wars conventions.
well, yes, Star Wars conventions. That's not what I was immediately thinking of, but yes, you could sell it there too.
All right, who wants merchandise of an Ewok own a hole?
Furry conventions. What did you think I was gonna
Sponsored
say?
by Monster Meat.
In association with Bad Dragon.
Bad Dragon has higher standards.
Yes, they do. Although not for their fleshlights, but nonetheless.
I have not seen that side of them.
I have. I own one.
Oh no!
If there was one complaint I have, Bad Dragon, you need to learn from the Onaholes of Japan about different materials for the inside and the outside of your Onaholes. But that is a completely different rant for another day.
I have not delved into that universe at all.
That's fine.
I have delved more into the hentai artwork of the world.
That is completely fine.
So, okay.
Yeah?
How long has this episode been?
We have been about 16 minutes.
Great, I think it's time to give our final ratings!
What are you gonna give your final ratings?
0! Nilch! Nada!
I think that is
This thing is horrifying. I cannot look this thing. Getting a bag is not. This is not enough.
Oh, yeah.
It would be better if they were fucking dead in a pillowcase and you fucked that instead. And you had a picture of a smiley face on the pillowcase.
Starting off strong.
Fuck.
All right. For my final rating. My final rating.
I'm so scared.
You are. So I'm going to say this is probably, honest, I'll be real, this is probably going to be a 2.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I wanted a furry small dom or reversal domination type thing, there's a lot better small furry choices out there, even in just the MGE world alone. So I gotta go with that. And it's not even, we didn't even go over like the fact that they're basically unga bunga and stuff like that, which I mean, for some people that would be cool.
Unga Bunga Cave Woman is hot.
Yes.
Unga Bunga Cave Woman is is high tier in my book.
Indeed.
But the problem is that for every one thing they had one thing going for it, which is Unga Bunga. They will snap my dick off.
That is just like, and the reason I still even give a lower score is that even if we are going off of the animation style for the art depictions, I'll be real, their hands and their sort of I'll be real, their teeth as well, it freaks me out too much. It freaks me out way too much. What their hands look like and what their teeth look like, it freaks me out way too much. Like, I'll be real.
Okay, so if that is the case, and I gave this a 0, why did you give this
a 3?
You said a 2.
Oh,
you
did I say? Oh, did
you went up? Why'd you go up?
No. I said. I thought I said 3.
You
no,
said 2.
If I said 2, then yes, 2. 2.
Why is it a 2? Because there has to be something you like there. Because this is nothing for me.
So probably the 2. Honestly, is for Unga Bunga and possibility of small dom. Even though there are better small furry options in the MGE world, there's at least, due to their design, there's still that more, how in the world do I say this? There is, given that their design is way more like caveman aesthetic mixed with furry, it kind of gives it that slight bit of edge over the other sort of like the other small furry creatures that could have a sort of caveman style to them. This one just feels way more in there. Like it hits that aesthetic way harder. Yeah. Even if it's horrifying.
If this is your aesthetic, if this is yours, this is going to be high tier for you because you're like, all my kinks are being hit.
But unless you deep dive into those two things alone, you're probably not going to find much on this. But the question for you, the audience, the first question of season 4 is, Would you fucking Ewok? Would you fucking Ewok, girl?
Please tell us your descriptions down below as to why you would or would not fucking Ewok girl.
Indeed.
Please like, comment, and subscribe if you are so inquired to.
Yes, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to give it a like. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. And if you want updates on the show, go follow us over on Twitter. And also, do we want to shout out our own like personal Twitter accounts?
Sure, you can. I don't really have one.
Alright, that's fine. So if you want to just see what I'm up to specifically, you can follow me at Alatos Diogenes on Twitter. That is ALATOS_DIOGNES.
He is a VTuber.
I am a VTuber. Expect that to be the case and all that. Also, as no surprise, I retweet porn and stuff occasionally too. Who'da fucking thunk it?
Porn smut.
Yeah. But yes. And until the next episode, we will see you all later.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for your time.